Behind every spectacular touchdown is an invisible chess match that most fans never see. While fans are busy talking about off-platform throws and one-handed catches, coaches and quarterbacks are creating passing concepts that will manipulate defenders into impossible choices. These passing concepts are how games are really won. Once you understand how they work, you'll never watch football the same way again. Mesh concept. The mesh concept features two shallow crossing routes that create a mesh point in the middle, with a running back releasing to the flat and a corner or a wheel route clearing space. This concept is commonly used on third and medium or short situations because it consistently creates separation through natural picks and traffic. Mesh is extremely effective against man coverage as defenders must navigate through crossing traffic, often getting caught on each other or losing their assignments. The Chiefs have mastered this concept because it maximizes Travis Kelce's route running ability and creates mismatches with their speedier receivers in space. The quarterback first reads the crossing routes looking for whoever gets separation after the mesh point, then checks down to the running back in the flat if both are covered. Defenses countermesh by using zone drops to avoid the pick plays, implementing man-switch techniques where defenders exchange responsibilities, or bringing pressure to force the quarterback to throw before the routes develop. Levels concept. Levels attacks multiple horizontal layers, short, intermediate, and deep along one side of the field, typically with 3 receivers staggered at different depths. This concept methodically dissects zone defenses by forcing defenders to choose which level to defend, creating windows at the other levels. Levels is particularly effective against cover 3 and cover 2 because it creates spacing in the natural holes between zone defenders who can't cover multiple depths simultaneously. Kyle Shanahan's offenses feature this concept extensively because it creates clear, defined reads for the quarterback while maximizing yards after catch opportunities. The quarterback works a high to low progression, reading from the deep dig or post to the intermediate crossing route, and finally to the checkdown option. Defenses neutralize levels by flattening their zones, using pattern matching techniques that convert zones to man coverage, or using cloud coverage to sit under the deep routes while still protecting against underneath throws. Flood concept. Flood overloads one side of the field with 3 routes at different depths, typically a deep corner route, an intermediate out route, and a short flat route. Offenses use flood to create simple half-field reads, especially off play action and bootlegs, giving mobile quarterbacks defined options while on the move. It's specifically designed to stress cover 3 or 4 defenses by placing 3 receivers against only 2 zone defenders on one side of the field. The Rams under Sean McVay rely heavily on flood concepts because they pair perfectly with their outside zone running scheme and play-action passing attack. The quarterback reads high to low in progression, corner route first, then the out route, and finally the flat route, choosing whichever option the defense leaves open. The concept's weakness is against cover 2, where the safety can cover the corner route, or when defenses bring backside pressure to disrupt the quarterback's timing on bootlegs. Smash concept. Smash pairs a short hitch or curl route with a corner route breaking over the top, creating a simple but effective 2-man concept. This concept exploits defensive leverage by forcing cornerbacks to choose between defending short or deep, creating a guaranteed open receiver. Smash is particularly effective against cover 2 as it directly attacks the void between the cornerback and safety in their coverage responsibilities. The Packers have used this concept for years because it creates high percentage completions with big play potential, perfectly matching Aaron Rodgers' precision passing. The quarterback's read is based on cornerback leverage. If the corner stays down, throw the corner route. If he drops deep, take the underneath route. Defenses counter smash with Tampa 2 coverage where a linebacker helps in the deep middle, or by disguising their pre-snap coverage to bait the quarterback into the wrong read. Y-cross. Y-cross features a tight end or slot receiver running a deep crossing route, 15 to 18 yards, paired with vertical routes that clear space by occupying deep defenders. This concept creates explosive play opportunities off play action by attacking the intermediate areas of the field behind linebackers who react to run fakes. Y-cross works effectively against cover 3, cover 4, and man coverage by exploiting the middle of the field where zone defenders have conflicting responsibilities. The Chiefs maximize this concept with Travis Kelce because his size and route running ability make him nearly unstoppable on crossing patterns against linebackers. The quarterback reads the middle field defender first to determine if the crossing route is open, then progresses to deep or outside options if the cross is covered. Defenses limit Y-cross effectiveness with deep safety help over the middle or by using robber defenders who specifically look for and undercut crossing routes. 4 verticals. 4 verticals sends all 4 eligible receivers deep on vertical routes, some with slight adjustments based on coverage, to stretch the defense to its breaking point. Offenses use this aggressive concept to create explosive plays downfield and punish defenses that concentrate too many defenders near the line of scrimmage. Against cover 3, it stresses the single deep safety who can't defend multiple vertical threats. Against cover 2, it attacks the vulnerable seam between safeties. The Bills feature this concept frequently because Josh Allen's arm strength allows them to threaten every area of the field vertically, forcing defenses to respect the deep ball. The quarterback's read begins with pre-snap safety alignment. Against single high, he reads the seams on either side. Against two high, he looks for opportunities between safeties. Defenses neutralize 4 verticals with quarters coverage, 4 deep defenders, disguised coverages that rotate after the snap, or by generating quick pressure to prevent deep routes from developing. Stick concept. Stick features an outside vertical route, a slot receiver running a 5-yard stick route, turning out, and a running back in the flat, creating a simple triangle read for the quarterback. This quick game concept provides immediate options against pressure and creates defined, easy reads for the quarterback in compressed spaces like the red zone. Stick is particularly effective against blitzes and soft cover 2/3 zones because it allows for fast decisions before pressure arrives. The Saints under Drew Brees relied heavily on this concept because it created high percentage completions without requiring elite arm strength, perfectly matching Brees' quick processing and accuracy. The quarterback makes an immediate post-snap read of the flat defender. If he widens to the flat, throw the stick. If he sits on the stick, throw to the flat. Defenses disrupt stick with press man coverage to throw off timing, cloud zone coverage to strengthen the flat area, or buzz defenders who specifically target the stick route. Drive concept. Drive combines a deep dig route over a shallow cross with a backside post that clears defenders vertically, creating a multi-level attack across the middle. Teams use this concept to attack intermediate zones on longer down and distance situations when they need significant yardage, but not necessarily a deep shot. Drive works against both zone coverage, by finding holes between zones, and man coverage, by creating natural rubs with crossing patterns. The Bengals use this concept effectively with Joe Burrow because it leverages his accuracy over the middle of the field and creates opportunities for their athletic receivers. The quarterback works a high to low progression across the field, reading how defenders react to multiple crossing threats at different depths. Defenses counter drive with tight underneath zone coverage that jumps crossing routes, spy defenders positioned in crossing lanes, or by bringing pressure to disrupt the timing of longer developing routes. Dagger concept. Dagger features an inside receiver clearing vertically while an outside receiver breaks on a deep dig route, creating space in the intermediate middle area. This concept is designed to attack the vulnerable areas in zone coverage by using the vertical route to pull deep defenders away from the dig route. Dagger is particularly effective against cover 2 defenses where the middle of the field is open between safeties and behind linebackers. The Cowboys feature this concept regularly because it creates explosive plays over the middle of the field where CeeDee Lamb excels at finding space. The quarterback's primary read is the safety movement. If the middle opens, hit the dig. If the middle stays closed by a safety, look to the vertical route. Defenses neutralize Dagger with Tampa 2 coverage, linebacker helping deep middle, or robber techniques where a safety drops down to help on the dig route. Slant-Flat. Slant-Flat pairs an outside receiver slant with an inside receiver or running back releasing to the flat, creating a simple but effective quick game combination. This concept gives the quarterback immediate options against pressure and forces flat defenders to make impossible choices between two receivers. Slant-Flat works particularly well against man coverage, slant beats leverage, and cover 2 attacks the cornerback's dual responsibilities. The Dolphins under Mike McDaniel use this concept extensively because it gets the ball quickly to playmakers like Tyreek Hill in space, where they can maximize yards after catch. The quarterback reads the flat defender's movement. If he widens to the flat, throw the slant. If he sits to take away the slant, throw to the flat. Defenses counter with press man coverage to disrupt the slant timing or trap coverages, where cornerbacks appear to give inside leverage but actually bait the slant throw. Double China, double in. Double China features both outside receivers running 5-yard in routes, China routes, while an inside receiver runs a corner route, creating an inside-out conflict for zone defenders. This concept is perfect for the red zone and short yardage situations because it creates natural spacing in compressed areas of the field. Double China is effective against both zone and man coverage as it pulls linebackers inside with in-breaking routes while creating space outside for the corner route. The Chiefs and Patriots make this a staple of their red zone offense because it creates high percentage completions when defenses are focused on preventing deep throws. The quarterback typically uses an inside-out progression, watching linebacker and safety movement to determine where the opening will be based on defensive reactions. Defenses counter with flat foot cover 2, corners sit on short routes, or robber linebackers who specifically look for and jump the in-breaking routes. Shallow cross, air raid style. The air raid shallow cross features one receiver dragging across the field at 3 to 5 yards, while other receivers run verticals, digs, or outs to clear space and provide secondary options. This concept creates easy completions with big run-after-catch potential while simplifying reads for the quarterback, making it perfect for tempo offenses. Shallow cross works against both man coverage, receiver outruns pursuit, and zone finds holes between zones by creating natural spacing across the field. The Cardinals and college air raid teams rely on this concept because it creates rhythm completions that keep the offense on schedule while occasionally producing explosive plays. The quarterback progresses from the shallow cross to the dig route to the check down, creating a defined sequence that can be executed quickly. Defenses limit shallow cross effectiveness with specific zone drops that clog crossing lanes or by bracketing crossing routes with multiple defenders to eliminate the primary read. Leave a comment with the concept you enjoy watching most. See you in the next one.